Hi everyone, my name is Ruth Nyako and you're welcome to our channel, Creator Birthing. This channel has come as a result of what is happening in our world and the highlights that has been made in regards to minority people accessing healthcare and how we are taken care of as minority people in a group of people in our world. So being a midwife, I am very aware of how this impacts on our lives, how we access care, the way we understand the care that is supposed to be given to us or what we are due to receive. And as a result, we've come out with these packages that is going to help us to be able to understand how certain things do work and how we can be able to access them to our advantage. If you're listening to me, I am speaking from the UK. So most of the things that I'm going to be telling you or I'm going to be saying will be mainly UK based, and this is how we do it. So probably the country where you're listening to, you may have a different way of doing it. And if you need clarity on anything, then you have to contact your primary care trust to be able to enlighten you on some of the things that I will be saying, which just applies to the UK. The idea for this is mainly towards the minority. So being a Ghanaian, as you may judge from my name, I can speak a few of the Ghanaian languages. So what we're going to do is we'll say some of the things in English and then translate them into Twi, into Ga, so that other people can hear and understand and then pass the message on so that we can improve maternal mortality rate and bring about good well-being in the family. So I don't know if you've not been able to guess from what I'm saying so far, that I'm going to talk about pregnancy, the birth, postnatally, screening in pregnancy, and a few things, diet, a few things that we can talk about to help us to be able to understand some of the things that goes on in maternity. So for this maiden broadcast, we're going to talk about the word pregnancy itself. When you get pregnant, the first time you notice you're pregnant, if you live in the UK, what do you have to do? In the UK, our healthcare system is such that everybody is going to GP surgery. So if you're pregnant, the first point of contact is your GP. So you go to your GP surgery and just say to them, the receptionist, you're pregnant. And the way the concept of healthcare works in the UK, every GP surgery is got a midwife attached to the surgery. So when you go to tell them that you're pregnant, it doesn't matter how many weeks you are, just tell them you're pregnant. In my local trust, we normally go online to be able to register the pregnancy, and then it will come to us, the midwives, and then based on the information provided, we will arrange to have a first meeting with you. What is very appropriate with this first point of contact is to make sure that you get to us before 9 weeks. When you're pregnant, there is a lot of screening, a lot of blood tests that we have to do. The opportune time for you to get this blood test going through is before 9 weeks. So when you're pregnant, the first thing you do, get to your GP so that we can be able to try and book you before 9 weeks so that the blood test will go through. However, if you're even late, you don't know you were pregnant and you found out late, you still have to go to your GP surgery, contact them, and then they will put you in touch with the midwives and then make sure that everything that you need to be done with is done so that at the end of the day, your care is started. When you contact the midwife through the GP or through online, whatever form that your trust is using, when you contact them, they book an appointment with you for the first time. And this first appointment is really, really important. This is where we get to know you. It's not a 10-minute appointment. It's not a 20-minute appointment. It's a very long appointment. It's well over 80 minutes. We get to know your history, how many children you've had, any sicknesses and diseases in the family, anything that we need to know to be able to help plan your care. It is really, really important and necessary that you tell the midwife everything. There is no point hiding the fact that you had a baby when you were 16 years old. The midwife doesn't need this information to do anything to you, or all we need the information for to be able to just plan your care. Because if you've not had a baby before, the way your care goes, I mean, when you go into labor, things are a bit slower. And then if you've had a baby before, things are a bit quicker. So all these histories, they are there for the midwife to be able to plan the appropriate care for you. So you need to let the midwife know what the history is. They're going to ask you about allergies. They're going to ask you about family history of diabetes, blood clot, tuberculosis, any sudden death of babies in the family, and then mental health. So all these assessments are done at the first appointment. And when you get their first appointment done, that is when your scans are able to go through, and then you get your scan appointment, and then you go through the processes. We're going to talk about scans on another broadcast. So this one is just the initial way of contacting the GPs and getting your pregnancy booked. The right note. On the day of the appointment, which is the first appointment, as I said earlier, you need a blood test done, and the optimum time for the blood test is before 9 weeks. And this blood test, we check for all sorts. And in the process of going through the history, we know whether you will need a diabetes test. In the past, diabetes test was not part of the testing that we do, but diabetes have come to stay in our world, and pregnant women are not exempted. And some people, they just get diabetes just because they're pregnant. And there are so many factors that comes into play. If you're listening to me, you are an Asian woman, you are an African woman, you are any ethnic minority that there is a higher incidence of diabetes in your part of the world, or there is that history of diabetes in your immediate family, your mom, your dad, your siblings, then you're going to have a diabetes screening in addition to whatever screening that we give you on the first appointment. For today's broadcast, all we're saying is if you're pregnant, you contact your GP surgery. And as a result of contacting the GP surgery, the midwife will get to know. And then when the midwife knows, she gives you the first appointment. In the first appointment, you are asked a lot of questions. And if this is not your first baby and it's your baby number 4, number 5, you make sure that as you go to see the midwife, you remember the date of birth of the other children, their weight, so that we can be able to compare things and know whether you have big babies, small babies. Is there the need for growth scans, or you just need just the normal 2 scans that we give? So this is where our first telecast is gonna end. To contact Crida Birthing's concept, you can reach us on telephone number 0044 073 108 965 30. So for WhatsApp, for telephone, you can contact us on the same number, which is 0044 073 108 965 30. For email, you can contact us on CredaBC, as in KREDABC @gmail.com. For Facebook, it's Crida Birthing Concept. You can also text us on the same number for WhatsApp and for telephone calls, and we will get back to you with your answers for your pressing questions. Thank you for watching.